In this case, we are extending our second function, which is takeWord. I want takeWord to ask the client or the user for a word, and then return it back to the main function, so we can show what we have. So first of all, I declare the string where the word is going to be stored at. I see out a message, please enter a word, and then I see in. Now see in, as you can guess, means read the console line. That means it's gonna wait for me to type something in the console, and until I press enter, it's gonna still wait. Once I press enter, it's gonna put the content I typed inside this variable. So then we return what we typed, and then we show it here in this function. So if we compile this, so we're gonna test this, guys, and as you can see, I'm gonna type, I don't know, random stuff, and as you can see, when we type this, it prints out the same thing, since we do type that here, cin, it gets the stuff, it returns it back to the main function, and it shows it. So that's what takeWord does. It takes a word from the console and then it displays it back. And then void show number and word. Show number and word is going to take two parameters. First, a number, that way we type int, and then a string, which is going to be the second parameter. So since we typed int here, and it asked for an integer, and then it displayed or returned actually that integer here, since we have a void function, that means this is not gonna return anything at all. That way we are not gonna have any returns in here. You can have a return at the end or anywhere you need it, but I kinda never type it at the end. I might need it somewhere in the code. For example, if I do if number equals 0, then return, because I don't know, 0 is not accepted. Okay, but yeah, I don't use return at the end. So my int is gonna be called num, stands for number, and my string str for string, because I don't know what the guy is gonna type. Yeah. Okay, so here we must remove the cout. Why? I'll show you in a second. If we try to call this function, if we send, I don't know, something like 25 and Comax gaming, and we pull this up, let's see what we get. Oops. Okay, why? There we go. As you can see, bam, we get a bunch of errors. So the reason why we get all these errors is because we are trying to show or display something that doesn't exist. Why? Well, because we are trying to see out or show to the console something that returns nothing, because that's what voids means, at least in programming. It means return nothing. So this function is gonna have no value whatsoever. That means that if we actually want to show something in this function, we must do it inside of it. For example, it says show number, which is completely misspelled, and whatever. Oops. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know what I pressed. There we go. So if we want to see out something, we are gonna show the number. So we're gonna show number, and this is how you do stuff in C++, like to show variables and text and whatever. Number and the word that we want to show is that, and str, and we are gonna end line. Okay, housekeeping stuff. Now if I remove that from there, we shouldn't get any errors, and we don't. Okay, so basically what this is gonna do, it's gonna take the information from here. It's gonna ask, when we type this, the compiler is gonna ask our program which values should it use for these variables, and that's what we send here. 25 is gonna go into this variable called num, so num is now gonna equal 25, and str is gonna equal Comax Gaming. Now you may be wondering, what happens if I do something like this and poop? Then does this get like rewritten or something like that? Well, no. When you do stuff like this, you're calling the function twice, so it's gonna go here once and here the second time. In any programming language that I know of, the computer reads from the top to the bottom, and that means it's gonna read this one first and this one after it, right? So if I compile this, actually let me run it, we get this. We get number 25 word Comax Gaming, and number 142 and the word poop. Okay, so this one got executed first and this one got executed in the second place. That's how functions work, kind of. So yeah, I think I covered it all. You can do anything now with these kind of functions. In the future, I'm going to teach you how to make your own type of data, I think we can call it, and you can have stuff like my own name here, function name, and your arguments, right? So you can return whatever you want to return, but that's going to be for the future. For now, we are good to go with this. We're going to be using this a lot, so if you didn't understand, I suggest that you press the replay button and watch this again. But yeah, this, when we send all the arguments, this is called send by a value, not by reference. We're gonna learn how to send by reference in the future, which is kinda tricky, but very cool actually, because it's gonna allow us to do cool stuff like returning to values if needed, and yeah, stuff like that. So I hope you liked this tutorial, guys. I'm sorry I didn't finish recording last week, but whatever. Thanks for watching again. Don't forget to rate the video up if you did like it. Also leave a comment. I'd love to know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.